Hello, this is Mike Falloon from Hart Street LLC, and for Scott Hennon today on Energy Matters. Now we have Bruce Folkedahl with, he is the Senior Research Engineer with Energy and Environmental Research Center. He's here today to discuss rare earth elements. How you doing today, Bruce?
Oh, doing well. Good to be with you.
Well, I'm great to have you. I know there's a lot of people that have heard of rare earth elements, but I don't think there's a lot of people that know what we do with them.
Sure. Yeah, these rare earth elements are part of the lanthanide series in the periodic table, along with yttrium and scandium, and they are some elements with some fairly unique properties that make them extremely useful in high technology products, primarily smartphones, laptops, lasers, magnets are a big use, probably the primary use of rare earth elements, medical devices, and most critically, in some of our high-tech defense systems used by the military. And sometimes they're even called chemical vitamins, and that refers to the fact that just very small amounts of these rare earth elements can make extremely large impacts in the performance of some of these high-technology products that I just kind of illuminated.
Now, where does the United States currently get the majority of their rare earth metals?
Well, that's a good question, and that's really why we're so interested in them right now. We're currently 100% reliant on imports of rare earth elements, and the primary market is dominated by China. They have over 80% of the global production market for rare earth elements, and because we use these rare earth elements in defense systems in particular, the lack of a domestic resource for us, since we have to import them all, could be considered a risk to national security and even economic prosperity in the U.S.
Yeah, and China's production of rare earth elements, we've seen over time, and it's been reported that there's been some issues with pollution. Is there anything to worry about that here?
That's part of the thing that we are looking at. Rare earth elements that, as they're mined and produced in China, is a lot more lax than we would be doing it here. Their environmental regulations are very lax, and their definition of what that is extremely low. And so that's something we're moving away from, and one of the things we're investigating here. We're trying to come up with novel pathways to bring about the extraction and production of rare earth elements in the United States.
Now, here in North Dakota, I know with rare earth elements, there's many different types. Do we have some of the more rare elements here, or do we have sizable deposits? Anything interesting with North Dakota geology?
Well, certainly there is. A few years back, there was a fellow that performed a study and decided that one of the main new sources, potential resources for rare earth elements, could be coal and coal ash products, byproducts from energy production from coal. And as you know, North Dakota is home to the world's largest lignite deposit at over 350 billion tons. And we, through work that we've conducted at the ERC, along with work that's been performed by the North Dakota Geologic Survey, we've identified many of these coal seams in North Dakota, in the Williston Basin, that have above average levels of rare earth elements. And in fact, in just one coal seam that we've identified, and there are many coal seams in North Dakota, but in just one of them, the potential rare earth element reserves could be as high as 2 million tons. And to put that in perspective, the U.S. currently uses about 16,000 tons of rare earth elements per year. So there's really a substantial potential resource in the state of North Dakota for these rare earth elements.
So if that is the case, then there's got to be one heck of an opportunity for employment and jobs in North Dakota in this industry.
Well, that's correct, and that's one of the things we're looking at, even though we're very nascent into our research in the methodologies and hydrometallurgy extraction routines for getting the rare earths out of coal and coal ash. We want to be proactive in being able to potentially develop an entirely new industry in the state of North Dakota. We've already got some inroads by nature of having the coal mines already in the state. They provide a unique opportunity by leveraging that existing industry that has taken the time and expense to develop these coal mines and the utilization infrastructure. And this would then reduce the timeline for us to begin an operation for extracting and producing rare earth elements in the state of North Dakota. So we're hoping that we can really develop this into something substantial.
So early estimates, do they have, do companies have a relatively large opportunity to make a decent amount of money in rare earths?
Well, in a typical ore body that you're going to mine, for instance, for rare earths, you'd want to be in the 4, 5, 6% range of concentration in that ore. And in coals and coal ash, coal byproducts, it's substantially less than 1%. So the technology to extract them is going to take some development, and it will then allow the lignite industry and the power generation industry in the state to enhance their ability to produce electricity on an economically viable basis, because they're adding a value-added stream to already the sale of their electricity through coal use and coal mining.
So would rare earths need to be mined like manually with equipment, or are there other means of doing it like with water or something that you could actually get it out of the ground where you wouldn't have to dig a whole lot?
Currently, we're looking at just the resource as itself. We haven't looked a whole lot into in situ mining for some of these coal seams that are currently not being mined. It is something that is on our list that we are going to pursue, and we're just starting to get into that. But currently what we'd be doing is we'd be piggybacking onto the lignite industry that's already there. They're already extracting the coal out of the ground, so we'd just be picking up what they're not using, and a lot of times the rare earths are in the parts that they don't use, and then extracting the rare earths from those materials and providing them a value-add stream.
Yeah, that's super interesting, because the in situ that you're talking about, like the uranium industry and stuff like that that's out there. Hey, I want to thank you so much, Bruce, for sharing your knowledge with us today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the state of North Dakota. We at the ERC and the University of North Dakota, we're taking up the banner and trying to push this forward and develop an entire new industry in the state.
Yeah, and thank you, Bruce. I mean, anything that develops jobs, homeland security, and does the types of things that are the best thing for the nation, all we can do is say thank you for all the stuff that you're doing.
Well, thank you.
All right, have a great day, Bruce.
Yes, bye-bye.